See? It's good. Alright, first of all, I know this video was supposed to be up last Thursday, but on Wednesday, I just got ill. I tried to record this video yesterday, started struggling to breathe halfway through, ended up going to the doctors. So yeah, as it turned out, I had a chest infection. I'm still not going to be 100% with my presentation in this video. My throat is still not great, but it's the best it's been since Wednesday. So let's take a look at my new personal phone, the iPhone 10. Kind of a controversial choice in 2019. I mean, the iPhone 11's just been released. The iPhone 10R is considered one of the best budget iPhones you can buy. So why did I get this late 2017 release? If you want to know the answer to that, I already made a video on it. That's not what this video is about. Today we're going to be taking a look at my first impressions of this phone. What do I like? What do I not like? And what's changed since the phone was originally released? So the first thing I really like about this phone is the screen. Even in 2019, it's simply stunning. Now, in my upcoming review, we're going to be going a lot more into detail about the specs and what these specs mean. But honestly, the screen is so sharp. The True Tone is amazing. I've personally never owned an Apple device with True Tone before. At first, I kind of thought it was a little weird, but after about 30 minutes, the difference was incredible. And I really don't think I'll be able to go back to a phone without it now. So far, as I said, I found it to be pretty good, and honestly, I've had no problems with it messing up and the screen going like super orange or super blue. I honestly thought that was gonna happen at some point. I thought I'd just be like on my phone and then orange. The next thing I love about this phone is simply how good it looks. Honestly, the space gray variant of this phone is the best looking phone I've ever seen in my opinion. And yes, I do include the S8 in that, which was up until this point my favorite looking phone. In fact, hold on. In fact, no, I'm not going to show you again from the phone drawer. I'm going to show you what happened yesterday when I tried to make this video the first time. Let's open up the phone cemetery. So much dust. I gotta stop recording. Yeah, that wasn't good. I think that was the part where I stopped recording and went to the doctors. The space gray is almost like a pleasant faded black with a bluish tint to me, and because of the way I like to color grade, I mean, it's probably the perfect phone color for me. I also love how the blacks look on the screen and how they melt into the bezels, and also that notch that everyone hated on release, but honestly, I'm not that fussed. So yeah, the OLED screen is fantastic, not only for function, but also for aesthetics. I mean, who doesn't love looking at a clean phone? Speaking of, I can finally use this background. We got Frank Ocean here. We got some lyrics from the song Nights. Drop a comment if you like Frank Ocean. He's very good. Going back to the notch, I quickly got used to the functionality of it swiping down to get to the control center, which I actually think it should have been all along because of how it works on the iPads. And overall, I really don't have a problem with the notch. The final thing that I like is the lack of the home button. Now, this is my old iPhone 7. As we can see, it's got a, well, it's a fake home button. This isn't real, it's a haptic sensor. This doesn't have one at all. It has this weird bar. Oh, hold on. No, it didn't work. So say we're playing the new Animal Crossing event and we need to go home. All you do to go home is just swipe up and you're back at Frank. And the reason I decided to include this section is because that was the original reason I bought the iPhone 7. I wasn't sure about this bar, so how have I adjusted? Well, honestly, it took me about an hour to get used to it, but after that, it was kind of easy. As somebody who hasn't primarily been an iOS user all my life, you can check out why I switched there. I've used Samsungs, Motorola's, LGs, I've used HTCs as well. That was the one that I wanted to say, but I forgot. I've used a fair amount of phones, and because of the variance of those features on Android, I really didn't have a problem adapting to the new features. Okay, so now we're moving on to how much this phone's improved since release, and where I find this phone really shines is once you install iOS 13. The new OS genuinely makes the iPhone 10 feel like a new phone. I'm not exaggerating, the difference is crazy. The first improvement is with the Face ID, which was already pretty snappy, but now it's almost instant. And that's honestly really nice, because this is the first phone I've ever had to have working Face ID. In the past, it's either been too slow, too unreliable, or just not been on there. So yeah, an improvement in the Face ID is very nice. I've tested it in various lighting situations, and the only time it's ever failed is when my face was super puffed up one morning. Just woke up and I probably looked like, it was just like, hey Siri, unlock my phone. Oh wow, that actually, hold on, that actually did activate Siri.
Your iPhone
Okay, I won't edit that out, I know it. Other than that though, the performance has honestly been flawless. Another area where this phone shines with iOS 13 is with the new system-wide dark mode. Because the iPhone X uses an OLED screen, once it's set to dark mode, there will be some serious battery savings. And this is due to the pixels not actually being lit up when they're black. That is super weird at first. If you've never tried an OLED screen before, crazy. If you've never personally used an OLED screen but you have access to one, take it into a dark room, put a black solid on your screen and like put your hand next to it and see how it gives off absolutely no glow. Because of this, immediately you'll get better contrast. As I also said, the battery life improvement is significant when you're using dark mode. But in general, how is the battery life on the iPhone X? Well, it's still at 99% despite the fact that a lot of XS users have been complaining about a drop in battery life since upgrading to iOS 13, most notably Dimitri from Hard by Canucks. But a few days ago when I was at like my peak of chest infection, I was using this thing for legit no less than 8 hours a day, and in that time it only dropped down to about 20%. So overall, battery life in my opinion is pretty damn good. Okay, so what are some things that I dislike about this phone? It can't all be positives as much as I'd like it to be. And the first thing, unfortunately, is the buttons. Now, I don't mean in terms of tactility, they all still feel absolutely great. However, this button is ridiculous. What I want to know is who at Apple decided that one click should be lock and hold should be Siri rather than power off. Nowadays, though, to turn off the iPhone X, you have to hold down the volume down and the lock button. And in my complete honest opinion, this feels nothing short of downright janky. Do I think I'm gonna get used to it? Yes. Does this method of turning the phone on and off on my old 7 make much more sense though? Also yes. It is a small gripe, but it is one of the first things that I noticed when I was using this phone. Now, in my full review, we're going to be going over each and every area of this phone in a lot more depth than I have in this video. This was just my first impressions, and honestly, I really like it. When I bought my 7, I bought it purposefully because I wasn't sure whether I was going to like this phone or not. I thought the lack of the home button, the notch, the glass back, all wouldn't suit me very well. But so far, it's honestly been nothing short of brilliant. Okay, so now I want to test this thing with the software. Because as I've said a million times, specs are nice, but if the software doesn't back it up, then no. Alright, so now we're just about to head out to the golf range. Gonna try this thing out for some slow motion, get some crispy slow-mo golf hits. Then we're just gonna go take a few photos with this thing, test out the new modes. And finally, I think we'll end it with a classic drone flight. Alright, let's go.
I can't believe diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. But I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die. Mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
And with that, that's gonna have to do for today. Photos, very good. Love the camera software. Love the way that it works with the 18:9 display. I do wish though that it just filled the whole display like it did on the S8. That would have been so nice because it's great when you can create your own wallpaper in your phone. I mean, you can crop it. The photo app still works really nicely on the 10, but it would have just been nice to have that option. I find that the DJI Go app actually works really nicely on iOS devices. Again, original reason why I bought an iPad mini. And there weren't really any issues with the notch, which was nice. However, I'm gonna have to cut this video short here. I wanted to include a whole section about the photography side of things, but I've run out of time to make this video. I got ill, which set my schedule back massively. I could barely talk until a few days ago. And now it's Tuesday, so I gotta get started on the next video. And the reason I have to start that video is because I have to send this camera away again. In the time I still have it though, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna try to make 3 videos. Hopefully they're all gonna be really good. I'm just gonna put all the emphasis on shooting. I'm not really gonna bother editing. I'm also, if you didn't see my YouTube YouTube story going to some really good looking canals to properly test this iPhone camera. So while we didn't actually do any iPhone photo editing in this video, there is definitely going to be one coming up. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if you want to see more content like this, and smash that subscribe button. I'm done for now, and I will see you guys in the next one.